We will protect you.
Alright. Focus on me. Focus on me. Focus on me, camera. Yeah. Expose me correctly. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ready for a review. I'm losing my faith in movies, everyone. I'm losing my faith. I don't know what I like anymore. I don't even know what movies are anymore, if I'm being completely honest with you. Because never would I have thought I'd come to you and say that I loved, yeah, I'm going to say loved, Fantastic Four First Steps. I never thought I'd come to you and say that, ever. I was the biggest doubter of this movie, and never would I have thought I'd say I'm disappointed in James Gunn's Superman. I'm still disappointed and upset over that movie, but we're not here to talk about that right now. We're here to talk about Fantastic Four. And as you have just heard, yeah, I had a really, really good time watching this one. Yes, I know, Warner Brothers. I know, I know they're the competition. I know. Baby, it's okay. Shh. Don't get upset with me. Will you tell James to do better next time and I'll say better? No, you cash that fucking check. Don't hang me dry. Would you believe me if I said I've actually reshot this intro a few times, this video a few times? Because I get quite snarky out the gate because it feels like it's impossible to come on YouTube anymore and just be positive about something because it goes against the narrative, right? I know what sort of niche I've fallen into where the algorithm tries to take my channel. I know where it tries to take me. And I know if I say, oh, Superman wasn't all bad, or I loved the Fantastic Four that stars Pedro Pascal, I know that niche is going to fire back at me. And I'm so sick of the toxicity. And I gotta stop talking about it because then I'll have to reshoot the video again and I don't want to do that. Basically, people, what I'm saying to you is, if you love a fucking movie, just love a fucking movie and fuck the idiots that comment bullshit. Yeah, see, I've done it again. I've rambled. I'll probably have to reshoot this shit. I honestly believe there was no one that could have been less interested in this movie than me. The marketing did nothing for me. The cast didn't excite me. The trailers, as I said, the marketing, it just looked like a TV show put in theaters. It was directed by the guy that did WandaVision, and he did all that 5 years ago, the different changing aspect ratios for TV aspect ratios, all these different things, he did that. And I thought that was the gimmick of the movie. We're going to set it in this future retro world with CGI artists doing their thing. We're going to promote the movie as that before anything else. So I walked into this movie thinking, here we go. It's going to be a showcase for, look at this. We're showing an alternate reality with CGI and that's it. And much to my delight, it wasn't that. This movie had everything I wish Superman had. And I think the first thing I really have to address, though, when reviewing this movie is we got to admit it's not a movie. The Fantastic Four First Steps could not exist without the MCU. It's the 37th MCU movie. It couldn't exist if we didn't have the MCU. It couldn't exist if the Josh Trank movie from a decade ago was a failure. It couldn't exist if the Chris Evans Fantastic Four movies from 20 years ago weren't somewhat successful. This movie couldn't exist because it's not really a movie. It's like Superman in a lot of ways where it throws you into this world that is already pre-established, already exists, and doesn't explain much. Like Superman, this movie just says, you know these characters, you know their origin, here's a story, we're gonna skip all that stuff.
Wow, folks, we all know the story.
But unlike Superman, this movie was just deftly handled. It didn't feel messy, it felt controlled, it felt like they had vision from the start with this thing, and that shocks me. It really shocks me. The guy that directed this, I didn't mean to, and I have to say sorry. Leading up to this movie, I thought, oh, they've picked one of their TV directors because he's a yes man. He's going to make a yes man movie. And I truly believe this guy's got vision because WandaVision was the best of those TV shows. This is the best MCU movie we've had in a while. Matt Shakman, all I've got to say is, I tip my hat. Well done. You know, I don't want to say it's flawless because I mean, how am I going to know how much this guy actually contributed? It's Marvel, it's Disney, it's a machine at the end of the day. But for what it is, he's done a good job. The performances, I don't want to hear in the comments, Pedro Pascal, he's in everything, he's everything else. I agree. He's overused, he's in everything. I don't give a shit at the end of the day. The man can act. And let me tell you something. He's fantastic. I just did the thing.
Say that again?
He's great in the movie. Everyone is great in the movie. I'm passionately excited about this part of this review because the cast, the biggest aspect that didn't interest me, prior to the movie, I thought Pedro, Vanessa Kirby, whatever, Joseph Quinn, whatever, and the guy from Andor that got shot.
Put that thing down.
I thought, but they're the best part of the movie. As I said, Pedro's great. No spoilers, but when things have to get going, he gets going. Vanessa Kirby, in my opinion, is the standout. This lady, I thought she was a good actress prior to this, from Mission Impossible, even Hobbs and Shaw she was good in. I don't think I've seen her in anything else, really. Maybe there was, and I just can't remember. But wow, she brings it. She's fantastic in this movie. I just did it again. Vanessa Kirby had me pinching my fingers towards the end of this movie because I was like, fuck, she has so much to do in this movie as an actor. She gets a lot of material to really sort of sink into. And like Pedro, her and Pedro are amazing in this movie. The two of them together are not cashing in a check. They are delivering performances. Johnny Storm and Ben Grimm don't have as much to do, and one is CGI, but I love them too for what they have.
Your planet is now marked for death. Your world will be consumed by the Devourer.
Female Silver Surfer! I don't give a fuck! I don't need your comment down below saying MCU. What is so wrong with seeing a sexy, silver naked lady on screen? I'm okay with that. She has presence, she plays her role well, she's got slick action, she looks amazing. As I said, I could look at that all day. Give me a little bit of silver cake for my birthday, yes please. I'm being jokey, but even the Silver Surfer had an arc in this movie. The character, Galactus, man, the scale of this dude. I thought this was going to be goofy as fuck. A big giant walking through Manhattan. A big giant that eats planets. I thought, how fucking goofy is this going to be? They're not showing him in the marketing because he'll probably barely be in the movie and he probably looks really stupid. But no, it is true he's not in the movie too much, but when he shows up, my God, the scale was out of this world. Aren't I funny? Does it sound like I'm excited? Because I actually am a little bit excited. I really had a good time watching this one. We won't go into the plot. We'll save that for a more thoughtful review tomorrow, because I am going to make another video about this, and we are going to talk about some spoilers. At the end of the day, I thought this was gripping from start to end. Gripping not necessarily in a it's tense so way, but gripping because everything it shows you and presents to you is exciting, fun, and then when it stops being fun and takes things serious, yes, this movie takes things serious, James Gunn, it gets gripping, like proper gripping. I'm sitting there like, whoa! And there was a moment at the end of the movie where I was like, whoa! Whoa! And I started to slightly swell up. I don't know if it's the movie or I'm a big fucking softie, but I started to swell up. I am a softie for good movies and good moments in movies, and this movie had multiple moments like that. Because this is no spoilers and I don't really want to give you too much right now, I'm going to end it there. I'll just say, if you're going to see any movie in July, this is probably the one. It stands out from the rest of the MCU movies we're getting because it is its own thing. So you can actually go into this thing and just enjoy it for what it is. It doesn't, in my opinion, and this is not a spoiler, set up Doomsday well at all, in my opinion, because, you know, the next MCU movie we're getting, people, is an Avengers movie. Do you know that? And this movie doesn't doesn't do anything to set that up. You do see Latveria, you know, Doctor Doom's country. You see his flag at one point. You don't see Doctor Doom, but you see the flag. Is that a spoiler? It's not a spoiler. Doctor Doom's not in the movie! But they hint towards him. I was surprised to even like the score in this movie. I haven't spoken about the score. From all the trailers, you know, where it was all like, boop, 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 Fantastic Four. I thought the score in this movie would drive me fucking bananas. But it didn't. It was actually quite good. Michael Giacchino is a fantastic composer when he's given time to compose. He did the Batman, he did the Incredibles back in the day, and this is not one of his best scores by any means, but it is a good score. Fantastic Four First Steps is a gripping, exciting, fun ride from start to finish. It is a pro-life movie that also has a subplot with Ben Grimm falling in love with a Jew. I was going to make some sort of political joke there, but I'm not going to. I do not need to incite the wrath of politically minded movie fans out there. I do not need to do that. Go see Fantastic Four. It is worth your time.